So setting up the shot. And this is a little bit tricky, maybe for professional photographers, or there's more to it in later versions of this. But for now, basic concept is, especially if it's not somebody in motion, it's somebody you're just right in front of somebody. But there's a lot of versions of this, even for this level. Somebody's in front of you, they're conscious of you, they're in a setting, there is lighting involved, and you want to capture that, whatever that is, whatever the scenario is. You want to capture that person in a setting. And back to for the setup. It's about the setup, but it's also priorities. And so they're all kind of mixed, actually. So the setup, my priority is not perfection in the quality of the photograph, right? Depending on if you're a professional photographer or whatever. For my delivery, they were supposed to be blending with online dating and this particular purpose. It didn't have to be perfect photos, almost a little better that they weren't. They're supposed to blend in with the other online dating profiles that were just pictures that they had. But photographs these days don't have to be perfect out from the moment that you're taking the photo, because they could be adjusted for later. And if you really want this particular emotion, you might want to take that priority down a notch or two. Okay, but you can, so right now, let's just basic concept. Person's in front of you, you got the lighting right, you got the exposure right, you're composing it right, and you're ready for the next step. So it's on the unusual part of this way of shooting is the composition and shooting are only one piece of it. It's almost like you have two jobs. It's you're taking a picture and you're causing somebody to react. And there's other things besides reactions that could cause authenticity. But a reaction is, to me, the most simplest form of eliciting authenticity, because you can't, it just happens. And if you do it right, if you figure out what would work on this client, you'll get it. You'll get a laugh. You'll get a laugh. You'll get somebody's cracking up. You'll get a real smile because they're just, oh, that was so stupid, you just did that. Whatever it is, you're going to get something. Where was I going with that? I don't remember. So, so your job is not, so in this scenario, as a photographer in this scenario, your job is not only to take the picture, it's to generate the experience in the subject, to generate those emotions in the subject. That's part of you. And so you're setting up the shot, causing a reaction, and then shooting almost at the same time, because you really don't want to miss anything, because it's all, you don't really know where the gem is, so you start clicking. So setting up the shot, okay? But if you're outside, and there could be to get the reaction, there could be movement involved. And so backing again to, we know there's going to be movement involved, you might need to set up your camera so that you're following the focus of the subject and figuring out the lighting such that can deal with there being motion, because they're not just going to be still waiting for you to click. Part of their reaction they might be moving some. And so you have to think that through ahead of time with your shutter speed and stuff like that. It might be a faster shutter speed than normally would need to be for a portrait. Okay, so expect motion. And I think that's it. Expect motion. Just in your head, don't need perfection with the photographic pieces of it, honestly. Hopefully you'll figure this, you'll understand later. If a professional photographer hearing that, might think I'm insane. But if you want this quality, you might need to adjust down on other things that you normally think are the most important things. Okay? And we can discuss that a little bit more later. And I think there's a course for professional photographers, and that is needed because there's certain things for professional photographers that you just really have to figure out how to adjust things to enable the motion to be there and to figure out your priority and all that stuff. But for now, that's all you need, and on to the next video.